Good morning. My hair's a mess. Yeah, Gwen needs to be dealt with, but this is what I said, that she would start urban warfare and she would start nuclear holocaust because she won't stop messing with the wrong cop. So it's easily resolved. I'm just going to move all my food up here. And the bathroom I'm going to film, but that's been deterred or whatever because of the camera. I have so many I lose count. Fucking Wi-Fi cams. I'm gonna set up one in the hallway. And no, she really needs to be dealt with. Because of the white nationalist KKK in power in the White House, it's difficult for the proper authorities to handle people like Gwen. And I've found the last 3 years that I'm around these folks and they get to have like free, hold on, there's a really loud semi truck, which should not be on an arterial street. Let's just let it thunder past. That's just so fucking against city codes. Wow, DC mayor. Wow. Anyways, because of the white nationalists in office, these Gwen types, have had way too much ability to reign free. Having hit all the DC judges, that's not good for Trump, okay? No. His barrier he has of judges just took a big blow. So these Gwen types, I don't need to explain it to the people at my level. I don't need to explain that. All right, so, yeah, so, because this Gwen can't be just doing this. The two females, for one, they're sending in females, okay, to a place like this. So that shows you that this is not even that threatening. Except that one lady, that one time, that was the military lady. But no, generally, it's, even that one lady, dude, no, they're getting kind of desperate when they start doing that, okay? These two chicks that Gwen was contacting were not even a one level. They're like tweakers. So she's basically contacted the tweakers. They're not even a one level in the Russian agent OC level. It's like it's two different fractions. They're not even shit, dude. They're not. Oh, and they're not even trained. Like they don't know how to do anything. Okay. I don't know what they were. They were tweaking, dude. And they're all, yeah, that's what they were really doing. Tweaking out and thinking things. So, right. And probably not thinking anything through. So there's really no objective, right? No, because they're tweaking. When you deal with Gwen, that's what I'm going to deal with a lot. And this is ironic, but it would be, yeah, plausible. A tweaker would not stop. No. And a tweaker would start urban warfare because of that. Because she's tweaking all the time, literally high on crystal methamphetamine and can't stop. So that cause and effect would be, therefore, you keep fucking with the wrong folks, you're going to start urban warfare. If that context is in play, and that context is totally in play. So she will probably most likely start this out. Because she's not going to stop because she's really high all the time. I've been saying that. So the fire is a problem, but not so much because I got the camera going soon. And this bitch is just not going to stop until she's, dealt with by the proper authorities. But having the DC judges, and don't forget the CIA has been surveying them ever since the Al-Qaeda hooker upstairs led them to every one of her Johns. So I don't have to hit every fucking judge, dude. No. Anyway, so that took a real big blow for Gwen. Gwen is slowly, I wouldn't say slowly after the judges, losing her cover, her protective little, right. So I'm not, do I seem all panicked? No, I don't. I'm a little irritated that I can't use the fridge, but I always expected that, dude. Ever since I ever started calling her out, I asked for guidance. You have no idea. You don't because you don't know me, you don't talk to me, all the above. So no, you don't. How I keep tabs on folks like Gwen, okay? And also I get those guidance, that meditational guidance of you're in danger now, Gwen. You know, the little heads up, it's like a little meditation guidance from Gandhi, you know, or whatever you want to. Gandhi's a spiritual friend of mine. But yeah, so that's how I do it. And that's how it goes online. If it's green lighted to go online. I'm not too worried about Gwen. No, she's a tweaker. She's a dangerous woman. So yeah, definitely keep tabs on this chick. But do I seem all... No. The gunshots, the rapid gunfire, I know it was that. I don't know what kind of gun. That went off at 3:30 in the morning is what really bothers me the most, because it was really close to here, and then it got even closer. And when it got even closer, about 10 minutes later, it was even more guns. There was a gun exchange. That's what it sounded like to me. And I thought, wow, I laid there in bed. It woke me up. And from the beginning of it did. And I thought, wow, so the police here are so overwhelmed. Oh, they are. Everyone knows that they can't really respond. I don't believe so, but I haven't been out there on the street, but I just don't believe so, because from what I'm hearing, a lot of the time when I hear the gunfire, they don't respond. I think they have to, because they're so overwhelmed. It's not because they're part of this crap. It's because they're overwhelmed. I think they have to wait till there's actual shooting victims. Sometimes I do. I'm in here alone, so don't quote me on DC PD police procedure. Don't quote me on that, okay? It's just me as a civilian, what I think I might be coming to a conclusion on. That bothers me more, because I knew right away, these are the jihadists. They're coming closer to the neighborhood. They're testing. That's how Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda's an organized group, okay? And they have their loose cannons. It's inevitable, but they don't have a lot of disorganization with anything that has their label on it, because it's all a fracture of a cell. It's all big or little cells, terrorist cells. And so these street gangs are basically terrorist cells, yes. So they're out there at this time, 3 and 3:30, moving closer to this area, planned and for a reason. For one, it's Mercedes-Benzes in Lebanon. Remember that. And it's Iran setting it off, ordering them out. And what they do, how they're organized, is one of the things they do is they test out stuff. So that's what I'm more concerned about. I mean, it's where I'm at, man. It's Gwen, yeah, she's a fucking tweaker that won't stop until somebody cuffs her and places her under arrest, right? So she's a fucking problem, yeah. But really what it is I don't want nice people going into the parks too much right now. And please, if you're going to go to the grocery store, remember they have a lot of the terrorists that work there. And then they also, when they want to do their mujahideen, like I've been warning, because I'm really trying to protect people. They'll start decapitating people in parking lots. It's really, really gruesome what they have intended for the U.S. citizens and civilians here. So there's a huge jihad that comes with Iran's attack. Mujahideen. And don't forget, Al-Qaeda hooker was part of that. That's how I nailed her. And then she flipped over. She's a mess. They're both a mess here. These two need to be apprehended and cuffed and hauled off. And like I said, I'm going to close with this. Hitting the judges that the Al-Qaeda hooker took everybody to. Really broke a barrier that Trump had. Yeah, barrier of judges in D.C. He doesn't have that so much anymore. All right, God bless America. Say goodbye.